Frederic Chopin, a talented young pianist and composer, captivates his teacher Professor Joseph Elsner with his extraordinary skills at the age of 11. Elsner receives an invitation from the renowned music publisher Louis Pleyel to bring Chopin to Paris, hoping to replicate the success of Franz Liszt. However, Chopin's father cannot afford the expenses. While discussing the future, Chopin's attention is diverted by the plight of Polish people being taken prisoners by the Russian authorities. He becomes determined to fight for Poland's freedom. Amidst his secret political activities, Chopin continues his musical journey with the support of Elsner, who is still determined to see him succeed in Paris. Chopin is invited to perform at Count Wyszynka's banquet, but he discovers that the Russian governor of Poland is among the guests. Outraged, Chopin refuses to play for the oppressors and storms out. His friends warn him of the impending danger, urging him to flee to Paris. With Elsner's help, Chopin finally arrives in Paris, where they meet Pleyel, who initially dismisses them until he hears Chopin's Polonaise. Impressed, Pleyel promises to arrange a concert for Chopin. The professor takes Chopin to Café de la Bohème, where they encounter famous personalities such as Liszt, Victor Hugo, Alexandre Dumas, and Honoré de Balzac. Despite a turbulent encounter with a critic, Friedrich Kalkbrenner, Chopin is introduced to Liszt, who introduces him to George Sand, a writer known for her masculine attire. The night before Chopin's crucial debut, a letter arrives bearing tragic news of his friends' arrests and deaths in Poland. Overwhelmed by grief, Chopin performs the first bars of his heroic Polonaise during his concert and abruptly leaves the stage. The reviews are harsh, except for one written by George Sand, who praises Chopin as a genius. Sand invites Chopin and Elsner to a reception hosted by the Duchess of Orleans, where Chopin's talent is acknowledged by Liszt and the attendees. Pleyel expresses interest in promoting Chopin's music and arranges a meeting for the following day. However, Chopin chooses to spend time with Sand instead. Reveling in their success, Sand convinces Chopin to stay with her in Majorca, where he can focus solely on composition. While Sand supports Chopin's fame, her insistence on keeping him away from the concert stage prolongs his life as he battles tuberculosis. Back in Paris, Pleyel eagerly awaits Chopin's return to arrange concerts and publish his music. Meanwhile, Elsner faces financial struggles and returns to teaching. The professor learns from Liszt that Chopin occasionally performs at salons and secures invitations. For Elsner, with news of Poland's crushed uprising and the plight of their imprisoned comrades, Konstantia, a friend of Chopin's, implores him to rally support or gather funds to aid the cause. Initially disengaged, Chopin's sense of patriotism is awakened when Konstantia brings him Polish earth. Chopin reunites with Elsner and ends his relationship with Sand to embark on an international tour to raise money for Poland. Fully aware that it will further deteriorate his health, his illness worsens, and during a passionate performance, blood stains the keys. Eventually, the strain of the tour takes its toll, and Chopin's health deteriorates further. On his deathbed, he longs to see Sand one last time, but she, posing for Delacroix, refuses to visit. Chopin dies with Kalkbrenner, Pleyel, Elsner, and Konstantia by his side, while Liszt plays the piano in the adjacent room.